Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're talking about the Seattle Seahawks. Folks, what a weird football game. This man right here, old man Rivers, Phillip Rivers, at the grand old age of 44 years old, gets the start. Goes 18 of 27 for only 120 yards, a touchdown, an interception, 4.4 yards per completion. Now, the Seattle Seahawks did not score a touchdown in today's video, so highlights are a little slim. But I do want to kind of show you why, first off, you're going to forget about this win come Thursday. By this time next month, January 14th, you will not remember this win. You will not care. You know, maybe you'll have a fond memory of like, oh yeah, Phillip Rivers. But a win is a win in the National Football League. I don't really care. You know, we just saw this team put up like 31 in the second half last week against Atlanta. But anyways, we don't have too many clips in this. I just kind of want to show you, this was Phillip Rivers, and I've seen some hype videos out there, and I'm not trying to, you know, rip on the dude in any way, shape, or form because he's a legend. But Seattle played him very well. And so when you look at the top of this route, this is Devin Witherspoon. They're going to do this by design, a little bit of a screen here. And my point here is Devin Witherspoon doesn't see this football at any point. If he turns his head, this is an interception. And it ends up being a first down for the Indianapolis Colts. But you can kind of see, just look at the velocity, the dip on this football. You know, it's clear Phillip Rivers. I mean, just look at him. He's 44 years old. So it was an ugly win. You didn't score a touchdown, and we're going to talk about all of it in this rapid reaction. But trust me, you will not care about this heart attack win in more than a week. All right, folks, I want to show you this random clip here because it's going to set up the end of the game, or if you just watch to the end of the game. So you can't see the score, 13-9. It's third quarter, there's 2 minutes left. Seattle, you know, we said they don't score any touchdowns. This is Rashid Shaheed in one-on-one coverage. So Darnold went 22 of 36, 271 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. If you want to know why the Seattle Seahawks didn't score a touchdown in this football game, even though they had 314 yards, Indy only had 215, the answer is simply third down. All right, they went 2 of 13 on third down, and they just could not get a first down for literally the life of them. But you got to win in a multitude of different ways in the National Football League. And the reason I just bring this up is because at the end of the football game, Bailey Grupe for the Indianapolis Colts he kicks a 60-yarder with like 45 seconds left. Sam Darnold with 45 seconds left, they need a field goal to win it. He throws it to Rashid Shaheed for like a 20-something yarder, and this play is just a random play in the third. So JSN had 7 catches, 113 yards. Shaheed had 5 catches for 74. So it's now back-to-back weeks where you are seeing in like very good involvement in the offense from Shaheed. You're seeing actual production. The results are actually there, and it's getting better on a week-to-week basis. So by the end of this season, you know, I think Rashid Shaheed's going to be a huge factor because you saw JSN with 7 catches, Rashid with 5, Cooper Kupp with 5, AJ Barner had 3, throwing the ball to multiple receivers. And like I said, there's no touchdowns in this football game, so there's the highlights are very, very few and far between. Another thing I want to mention here, this is 3rd and 3. All right, this was one of their 2 third down conversions. This ball's going to end up going to JSN, who's kind of crossing. And I want to say they had 79 yards of total offense in the first half. That's the number I believe it was. Now, Indy actually did a pretty solid job of just maintaining possession. You know, Phillip Rivers threw a bunch of like 3, 4, 5-yard completions. He literally averaged 3.3 yards per completion. Completion. And the thing is, the Seahawks, so this is JSN for a decent yardage here. And you're going to get into just about, this gets you into red zone territory, and obviously they don't score a touchdown. But they had 79 yards of offense in the first half. In the second half, it's not like they were stumped offensively. The run game was stumped all day. They ran the ball 22 times for 50 yards, 2.3 yards per carry. Huge reason, again, why they didn't have any touchdowns and why it didn't work on third down, because you have all these 3rd and 10s, you have all these 3rd and 7s, you have all of these 3rd and way too longs. You want 3rd and manageable, like right here, 3rd and 3, also Shaheed. So yeah, man, hit that like button, hit that sub button for me. There's not too much to be in awe about from it, as I keep mentioning, but the second half Darnold, 271 yards. It wasn't the worst thing you've ever seen. The end of this football game was so chaotic that it's hard to even explain, especially if you did not watch this football game. It's 13-12 right now for Seattle. There's 5 minutes left, 5.5 minutes left, 5:28 to be specific. And they're down 1 point. And, watching this game back, I knew Seattle had won. I was watching my Packers. This was a big deal. It results in only a field goal, and Phillip Rivers and the Colts end up driving back down the field and putting up a field goal. And then Seattle goes down the field and they put up the game-winning field goal. It's just like a whole weird football game. Unfortunately, NFL copyright's kind of being a pain in the A this whole season. And you have what should be a 15-yard reception from JSN, and he's going to break both of these tackles, bring it all the way to around the 30, 35-yard line that will set up Jason Myers' 5th field goal. And, biggest play of the game, this has to be the longest play of the game, 39 yards to JSN, and this was beautiful. I saw somebody jokingly say on Twitter or something, give the keys to the city to Jason Myers. This is the go-ahead game-winning, whichever one it would be, go-ahead and game-winning field goal attempt, 56 yards. This was his longest of the day, and you've also seen, so he had 6 of 6. I believe that broke a record. It had to break a bunch of random special teams records. You see a lot of field goals and even extra points getting blocked this season, so shout out to the special teams execution. This game, it was completely different than the Rams game where Darnold threw 4 interceptions. So the end result was similar but also completely different because Seattle actually won this football game. But I don't know. I wouldn't feel any panic with the offense or the team in general from this football game. You're also playing on Thursday, and as easy as it is to say we're not thinking about it, it is a big deal. And Phillip Rivers hasn't played in like 3 years. He did not look particularly good. He looked fine enough. But Seattle's defense did a really good job, and we'll show you the final clip here. All right, an actual highlight here. The end of the football game, 11 seconds left. The Indianapolis Colts are down 2 points. Phillip Rivers gives it all he's got, and Kobe Bryant gets the game-winning interception. And there's actually a deflection right here. And I believe this is Devin Witherspoon. It looks like it's number 21 to me. No, I did not hear it in the broadcast, or I guess I wasn't paying enough attention in the condensed replay. And it looks like it's Devin Witherspoon who gets his hand up in here. Now, the Colts folks had 3 timeouts at this point, so this is beautiful. This is not a good thrown football. But it looks like it's completely behind whoever he's thrown it to. It's way too high. This is not a good throw, but a catch here, you'd have a 5, 6, 7 seconds left, and then, try for it again. But, I mean, Seattle's defense, you gave up 120 passing yards. You gave up 97 rushing yards, but at only 3.2 yards per carry of a clip. So Jonathan Taylor ran for 87 yards, but he ran it 25 times for only 3.5 yards per carry. So definitely not a sexy win. One of the uglier football games you will watch, and you got to get it done on 3rd down, and you got to get it done in the running game. And that's all I really have for you guys today. I was contemplating even making this video because I saw some Seahawks fans on Twitter really pissed off about this win. 5.3 yards per play, 5 penalties, no turnovers. Man, I can't be upset at this. So we'll see you guys on Thursday or Friday for the NFC West and maybe for the NFC against Los Angeles. So win's a win, folks. Thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your weekend. Have a great week. We'll see you soon. We'll see you before Thursday. So let me know your thoughts on this 18-16 win against Indianapolis. Peace.